Hey everybody, I'm Becky Adams. Thanks for stopping by my YouTube channel today. Today I have a fun project that is a collaboration with my good friend Mari. And for the month of November for our videos, we have chosen the theme of winter. So today I have a one-page layout that I am going to use 3 photos on, and I am using the I Love Winter collection by Clarke. And this is actually last year's winter release for Clarke. And so I will try and link this particular collection in the supply list in the video description below. I don't know how much of it is available. I don't think there's very much of it available, but the collection that Clarke with has come out for the 2017 release is just as adorable and is very, very similar to this collection. So if these exact supplies aren't available, I know you'll love the supplies that I can find for you. So make sure you check out the supply list in the video description. I will have all of the supplies linked there. So as I mentioned, I am using the I Love Winter collection by Clarke paper, and I have a few pieces that I know I'm going to be using. I know I'm going to use the sticker sheet, the chipboard, the washi, and the enamel dots. I'm going to set a few of those aside right now, and we're going to work with some pattern papers. So I have 2 pattern papers that I'm primarily going to use. I think there's a total of 4 actually that I will be using on this layout, but there's 2 that you'll see the most of, and that's this plaid that I have chosen for the background, and then there's this navy, or I guess darker blue polka dot that I'll be using as well. It's got this cute ice skating print on the back, but since the story I want to tell today has nothing to do with ice skating, I went with the blue dots. So I have 3 photos that I printed here at home with my Canon printer, and I'll make sure and link that in the video description, as well as the Canon matte photo paper. I do print all of my photos at home. That's a personal preference, but I really love the quality and I love the matte finish. I don't know, it's kind of hard to see on camera, but this really looks and feels just like it was printed on a really great quality cardstock. So these photos are printed at 3x5, and then I mounted them on a piece of darker blue pattern paper. And then I wanted this photo here to be the primary focus, so I took just one extra step to make sure that this photo stood out and added a little extra border of red pattern paper there on the back of that one. So I'm going to adhere this polka dot just along the bottom. This is a 4-inch strip of the polka dot paper. And then I want to build a kind of a big cluster of photos, I guess, here in the middle of the layout, but I want to make sure that this photo stays the primary focus. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just working on the placement, and I want as much of the photo showing as possible, of course. And so one thing that I did when I mounted these photos on the pattern paper, I only put adhesive right in the middle. And that's so I can tuck things together and kind of move them around as I need to. And then the other reason for that is, well, I guess that's still kind of the same reason, huh? Is to keep these, just to make sure that as much of the photo shows as possible. So I'm just going to play with the placement of these photos here for just a minute to make sure that I get them positioned so that you can see so that you can see them all really well. Okay, so now I have my photos placed so that this one is the primary focus, but I'm still not covering up anything super important in any of these photos. You know, in this one I'm just covering white, the whiteness of the snow, a little bit of my son's leg, but not much. And then right here I'm just covering up just snow, just the whiteness of the snow. So what I want to do down here is to kind of build a little winter scene from some chipboard pieces and some stickers. And I thought these little trees were adorable and would make a nice addition down here. But before I start on that, I want to put a little bit of washi down here to just kind of ground it a little bit and to add a little pop of color to the bottom of this layout. So I'm just going to take the washi that coordinates with the I Love Winter collection. Put it right there along the bottom, and then we'll just tuck those edges down. So I'm thinking something like this, but before I adhere all of that down, I want to make sure that I have room for the title. And the title on this layout is simply Winter. Okay, and I have removed the adhesive backing off of the chipboard, just peeled that back layer off, just so, well, for a couple of reasons. The first reason is so I can move it around my layout and decide where I wanted it placed. The second reason is that I have never found a piece of chipboard that actually stayed in place with that adhesive backing. So I always use a little bit of liquid adhesive to adhere my chipboard, and as you can see I got way too much on this first letter, so I just took a little bit off for each, took a little bit off for the other letters. Okay, and so now that I have my title in place, I'm gonna go ahead and work on this little embellishment cluster right down here. So I'm gonna start with the bottom layer, which is this little tree right here. And then the next layer will be this chipboard pine tree. And then the next will be this cute little bear. And I'm placing that bear on the same level, I guess, as this pine tree, and then I'll take my little sledding, little boy that's sledding, I guess. Just put a little bit of adhesive there on the two ends that'll touch chipboard. And I think actually I want that to come down just slightly, just to be on the same, so I don't have an awkward gap underneath, in between there and the washi. Okay, and then I thought this snowball fight die cut was perfect, because obviously my kids were having a snowball fight when I was taking these photos. So we'll add that kind of in that gap right there above that chipboard scene. And then I've got just one last piece of chipboard that I wanted to add, and we'll put that right, this little chipboard that says Snow Fun. And I wanted to add that so that I have just another little pop of red. Red is not a very prominent color on this layout, but I am using that, just a little pop of red in a few areas of the layout to create a visual triangle. And so this obviously is one point of my triangle. The next point is going to be right up here. And I've got this notes sticker to add right in there. And then there are just a couple more chipboard pieces. So I think actually I'm not. I was going to scoot this over a little bit, and I think actually that it would look better if I did that. But that photo is not going to move unless I tear my paper, and I don't want to do that. So we'll just adjust things around. I think that this little chipboard cluster will look really cute right there. So that'll work. So we'll just add this little sticker right down in there. And then for an additional pop of red right over here, I've got this little file tab that says Burr. I think we're going to put that right here above the notes. And then I'm going to adhere this little chipboard snowflake. And I'm adding a little bit, or I'm adding the adhesive not on the photos. A lot of, if you've watched my videos before, you know I'm kind of funny about things actually being stuck to my photos. And then we'll just add that little red chipboard snowflake right there to the center. So I have a pop of red here, here, and down here. And that creates my visual triangle. So I'm going to take just a few more snowflake stickers to sprinkle around my embellishment clusters. Okay, so we'll put that right here, there. And then as a finishing touch, I'm going to take just a few of these enamel dots and add them to the center of the snowflakes. And I'm just going to mix the colors and sizes. Just going to make it so there's a different colored enamel dot in the center of each snowflake. And then down here around my little outdoor winter scene, add a few little, just the lighter, or I guess the medium blue enamel dots. Then we'll just add the date to finish things off. I did stamp the date with Stays On ink. Because this sticker has a little bit of a glossy finish, I wanted to make sure that that date doesn't get smudged or wiped off. So with that Stays On ink, it'll stay nice and in place. So I'm just going to add my journaling strips right down in there, and with that I'm going to call this layout finished. So thank you so much for stopping by. Make sure to hop over to Mari's channel and check out her video. I can't wait to see what she's created with the winter theme. I know that whatever she does will be awesome. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. I'd love to have you as a new subscriber. If you'll just hit that subscribe button, then you won't miss any of my upcoming videos. And if this is the type of video you would like to see, make sure and give it the thumbs up so I know that this is the kind of content that, or the kind of video that you would like to see. So thank you again for stopping by, and I'll see you again soon.